Hey, what's up everybody? This is Wes. I'm here with my Line 6 Helix and this tele that's got a Fishman Powerbridge in it, which is a piezo bridge for the tele that splits it out into two cables. So I've got a piezo going into the red one and the regular tele pickups going into the black one. I got both those going into Helix. And then for Helix, I've got two separate paths going. One is an acoustic path and one is an electric path, and then I can mix them together on the unit as I want to here. So let me just play you real quick what the acoustic patch sounds like. Pretty nice, huh? Convincing acoustic. And then I'll mute that, play the electric. The volume controls on the tele are wired to the electric output only, not to the acoustic. So had that turned all the way down when I was playing acoustic, and now I'm going to turn it up. And it's into this AC30 model on the Helix. It goes like this. Sounds really nice. That loop that I was playing before was the looper on the Helix, and I had a acoustic patch going, and then I had an electric patch that I'll show you about where it was kind of an ambient background thing, and then I just had some chords I was playing in there and playing lead over the top of it with the Klon model engaged. So let me walk you through this patch real quick. Alright, here's my patch, and you can kind of see it with my reflection there. For the acoustic, which is the second path here, I've got that first block. That's a gain block. I just use that to mute it. Second one is an impulse response, and that's from a Collings acoustic guitar. Into an EQ that I've got just a little bit of low cut going on that on about 165. It was kind of a boomy patch. I just cut a little bit of that out, and then I've got this Studio 2 preamp, then just a touch of room reverb, and everything's going through the looper and the chamber reverb at the end there. And then for the electric patch, which is a little more complicated, I've got the AC30 going into an impulse response from Own Hammer. That is an Electro Voice SRO speaker in a 212 cabinet. That is a compressor that's modeled after a LA Studio compressor. It's set real transparent. It just kind of cleans up the transients on the amp model a little bit. Then from that I've got two paths. One's going into, this is my ambient path, and it's got a volume pedal and a modulated delay, a what they call particle reverb, which is like a modulated reverb, and then a hall reverb with the mix set to 100% wet and a pretty long decay time on that. Then that comes down here. That EQ is not doing anything. The blue thing there is a tremolo that I didn't use in that thing you just heard. And that comes back up here and goes through the looper and the chamber reverb. So that's how that works. Now, let me show you about this ambient patch. Alright, so for the ambient thing, the way I've got it set up is See here, I've got these switches. I got that switch that says freeze, and the way this thing works is if I push this, that sets my delay feedback to 100% in that ambient loop, so I can take play a chord or something, and then I bring it in with this volume pedal. When I pull it back out, it just stays. So now I can, no matter what I do, that hangs out there. So I can freeze that, keep that frozen, mute the electric, or not mute the electric, just turn my guitar volume down, and I'll unmute the acoustic. So now I've got that frozen pad thing going, and I can get that kind of thing going right there. Now I'm doing this with one hand, that's why I'm playing E minors the whole time. But you see how that works. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool little thing that I've got there. If I want to stop that freeze, I just come back over here, push that, and it turns off. Mute the acoustic again, and then if I don't put that freeze on, I can still use my ambient stuff. It just doesn't have the 100% feedback, so you know it decays. It's kind of nice. So anyway, I'm gonna show you how this is a usable kind of deal here. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fade in a pad, then I'm going to switch to the acoustic. I'm going to play a song with the acoustic, and then I'm going to use the volume knob on my tele to swell in a little bit of electric here and there. Okay, so that's the plan anyway. We'll see if it works. She used to work in a diner, never saw a woman look finer. I used to order just to watch her float across the floor. She grew up in a small town, never put her roots down. Daddy always kept moving, so she did too. Somewhere on a desert highway, she rides a Harley Davidson, her long blonde hair flying in the wind. She's been running half her life, chrome and steel she rides, colliding with the very So there you go. That's my dual guitar ambient patch that I'm using on Helix. That helps.